This news update is brought to you by...
It's the most wonderful time to stay connected with Flow. Get great deals on prepaid and postpaid plans. Get double the talk, double the text, and double the data when you activate a prepaid or postpaid combo plan, sizes medium and up. All this plus $50,000 to be won from Flow this wonderful Christmas. Visit us in-store today.
'Cause it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's Tuesday, December 13, and time for your Barbados Today morning update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Our top story at this hour: a shocking practice is proving to be big business for some grave diggers. A source tells Barbados Today some grave diggers are cashing in on jewelry and valuables found in reopened graves. Bangles, chains, and even gold caps are hot commodities. In one instance, one grave digger claimed he sold over $3,000 worth of gold to various cash for gold operations after he recovered a gold cap from a skull. The practice is not sitting well with some religious leaders. Archdeacon of the Anglican Church, Eric Lynch, tells Barbados Today he would bring the matter to the attention of the members of the clergy who are responsible for cemeteries. He also says he would seek legal advice from the church's attorneys to find out who is the rightful owner of the recovered material. Funeral Director George Griffith of Lyndhurst Funeral Home has also advised families not to place valuables in caskets. Police are investigating a video making the rounds on social media showing bikers engaging in reckless stunts on the highway and in confrontation with motorists. Police Public Relations Officer Acting Inspector Roland Kobler described the actions of the motorcyclist as dangerous. Speaking to Barbados Today, the police spokesman warned that such behavior would not be tolerated.
The members of the Royal Barbados Police Force have seen the video circulating in the social media of a group of motorcyclists engaging in dangerous and reckless behaviors on the road. We are concerned about this careless behavior of motorcyclists, which not only exposes them to harm or death, but also innocent road users. We will be using every legal means possible to address this situation. I want to encourage motorists who encounter individuals engaged in this type of behavior to resist from becoming confrontational, but to make the necessary reports to the police so that we can investigate. I can confirm that we are investigating an accident and a number of criminal offenses as it relates to the video circulating on social media with the motorcycles and the motorcar.
Is Barbados headed to the International Monetary Fund for help? That's the question being raised by opposition leader Mia Mottley, who's demanding answers from Prime Minister Frondell Stewart and Finance Minister Chris Sinclair. Addressing a political meeting on Sunday evening, Mottley suggested that last week's decision by Guyana to suspend the trading of Barbados dollars was a worrying sign that mirrored events in 1991 when former Prime Minister Erskine Sandiford entered a standby arrangement with the IMF. Mottley says if the Democratic Labour Party is contemplating such a move, then it has a duty to tell Barbadians the truth.
The governor of the Central Bank of Guyana, a country that has $10,000 notes. You ever see a $10,000 note yet? Said that the Grant Lee and the Errol Barra ain't no good in Guyana anymore. We will not take them. And therefore the people in Guyana who already have Barbados dollars are now stuck with them. And they will do the natural thing that most people do. They will try to get somebody to buy it off of them, even if it is not at face value. In other words, even if they create, the person buying it makes a profit trying to solve the problem of the man in Guyana. This is what Barbados has been reduced to. And I don't know how many of you remember, in 1991, and Marsha, you too young for this, I was in the Senate. And just before we went to the IMF, the Guyanese stopped taking our currency then. How many of you remember that, Clyde? that the Guyanese stopped taking our currency in 1991, just before Barbados and Mr. Sandyford under the Dems went to the IMF.
Opposition Senator Wilfred Abrams believes that the flooding experienced in Barbados on November 29 could have been avoided if the National Conservation Commission's Beautify Barbados workers had not been sent home.
Beautify Barbados connect the dots. They came in and they cut Beautify Barbados. And they cut people from the drainage department responsible for debushing and clearing. You all know what happened in Barbados? If Columbus was to come back now to Barbados, he would recognize Barbados. Because Barbados is as overgrown as it was when Columbus first discovered us. And that is as a result of the floodings that happened the other day. Right? The floodings that happened the other day, that happened by accident. That was not as much rain as it was in Tomas, but it had more flooding. Barbados should not have had that amount of flooding for that amount of rain. And that is as a result of our drains being clogged, there being no proper drainage maintenance, there being no proper cleaning of wells, and those are squarely within his ministry. In
sports, Tatiana Waldron's game-high 21 was instrumental in Parkinson Memorial's 27-19 victory over Graydon Sealy Secondary School. Playing yesterday, host Parkinson led the first three quarters of the Massey Store-sponsored National Sports Council's senior girls basketball preliminary game 7-4, 11-8 and 17-12 in what was a low-scoring encounter. Graydon Sealy top forward Latifah Wood did not make much of an impact as Waldron made light work of the visitors' defense. Wood top scored with 11 for Graydon Sealy and was the only player to reach double figures.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Public bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie fix up the kitchen and a new TV we get in. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Bajan Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Bajan spooser. Buy some new furniture and appliances or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Bajan style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
In news from the region, strong reaction in Bermuda to the latest Oxfam report. The 46-page report labeled the country as the worst corporate tax haven in the world. Finance Minister Bob Richards expressed disappointment in the organization's report, saying the country was wrongly included and that there are substantial errors in the claims. Meantime, opposition Senator Kim Wilkinson described the report as misleading, and she says the Progressive Labour Party stands ready in helping government dispel any misinformation about the country.
The Progressive Labour Party is definitely in lockstep with the government in protecting and doing everything that we need to protect our reputation. We have done tremendous work in this jurisdiction already. And when we look, I've had a critical look at the report. I think many of us in the industry were looking at it over the weekend when we knew that it would be published last night. And it's devastating, really. Clearly, Oxfam have not looked at, I think, the correct metrics. The report seems to indicate a lack of understanding about the uniqueness of this jurisdiction and what we do.
On the international scene, at least 7 people were killed and thousands were evacuated from coastal areas in 2 southern Indian states following the passage of the destructive storm Varda last evening. The cyclone, which brought heavy rains and winds up to 140 miles per hour, shattered glass windows, downed trees, and resulted in heavy flooding. Teams from the Army and the National Disaster Relief Force, along with 2 naval ships, are on standby to provide help to hard-hit areas. And on that note, we come to the end of our news and sports update. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. To have a wonderful day.